Hi guys, I'm Raju, the SAP SD trainer for you. In this series of videos, we are focusing on complete SAP SD, in which we already started with the SAP introduction part. We done with the SAP, the architecture part, and how to create a sales order, how to create an inquiry, the quotations, and some other concept. As well as we also discuss some practical sections on the creating of customer master data, material master data, and some other concept. So in this SAP SD, we'll see what is SAP SD exactly and how this SD is related for SAP company. See guys, here suppose this is my company. So my company always runs on SAP systems. I can say it's SAP or non-SAP, but he is my client. So when you talk about my client here, the company will have a different department like FICO, SD, quality management, CRM, SCM. So I have finance department, HR department, sales, material management, quality management, some production plan, some CRM. So he is a client, he purchased a software called Oracle in order to maintain his finance. Similarly, he purchased software called Siebel here to maintain this CRM department. Suppose my client want to communicate between CRM and finance. For communicating, this runs different platform and the Oracle one runs on the different platform. In order to communication, they should need some interface tool called, so they need to purchase some interface tool so they can communicate between CRM to finance. To avoid all these disadvantages, what the SAP guys will do, he maintains a centralized database called SAP. So here database in which I can maintain the SAP only one database to get all at one place here, so that whenever the end user do any activities on this system, those records will enter here. Okay, so it called as enterprise central component. We call it SAP ECC, enterprise central component, which is used to get the data from related information. So these are my complete SAP systems, out of which if you perform any sales activities, those sales activities will be placed on this system. Okay, all this record will stay in the SAP CC has a table format. We call as VBAK, VBAP, lot of tables we have. Those data will stores here. So if you have this kind of scenarios, how I can do my sales environment, how the sales will start from where? Suppose this is my company. I need to I'm just manufacturing from a car. To manufacture car motors, I need a tires. So for tires, what I do, I'll take the help of, I'll purchase some vendor, we simply call as MRF type. So I'll take the MRF type guys, I go with the material management. So I'll take here So here SAP SD will place a major role on SAP to which you can do some activities. So we perform certain things here. We call as SAP SD activities. So here from vendor we can purchase the material of tires and will produce the goods. That's called as a car is ready. Now my product is ready. I need to do the sales rate. For sales, here I need to sales to my customer. So this comes in the SD, sales and distribution. Once the sales is done, the next step is we need to focus on the billing part. So here the billing part will come into picture. So when you talk about your billing part, the billing part plays a major role if you are doing any billing activities on a system. So billing means we call as payment, where we get this called as invoice. So here this payment will be connecting with the finance, that's of account receivable part. So it means that indirectly SAP SD is integrated with the finance, it's integrated with the department. In order to check the data here, when you perform any sales order, the sales order first check the quantity is available or not, the product is available on the material or not, and the inventory source. Once the product is available, then start producing a sales order. Then we perform all this rest step will be confirmed. So this is all overall my SAP system, how it's look like on a system. So when you go here, the sales organization part, which we call sales and distribution, in which I can perform certain sales activities on this machine. So here, if you want to produce any goods, see here, suppose I do have my sales, like let's suppose I want to create some sales order here. How this sales order management will take place. So let's talk about this sales order management. So when we talk about the sales order management, the first step will come to picture as we call as pre-sales activities. What are the pre-sales activities? See, we may face a number of advertisement in a TVs, like once any soap or something else which is introduced newly, they'll just keep on giving the advertisement so that the product will be reached to end user customers. It may be any different ways. That's called pre-sales activities. Once you create a new product, we are able to do some advertisement using a mail, SMS, or phone call, or some advertisement part. So the product will directly reach to a customer. Once the customer reaches, then he can try to get the purchased. So once this done, so here we do the pre-sales activities where we can do the calls, SMS, or any advertisement part on the sales activities of a new product. The next step is we get a number of calls for a sales order. So it means that whenever a new bike or new car will arrives, so what they do, they just start doing the advertisement on a TV. Once the customer is happy to purchase this one, so what the customer will do, just he need to call this customer. He can just do some mailing in order to do some sales order. When this sales order happen, first the sales, in order to take the sales order, this guy will first check the material in the inventory management. So is my we call as warehouse. We simply call as MM. Okay, it check the material here. Okay, once the material checks, it will goes on the warehouse. We call as inventory source. It will check for the material. We call the inventory source. This is the next step. Okay, once the inventory check is done, I said that my product is available. In that case, I need to go with the next process. That's called delivery. Once we got the order is purchased, we go with the topic called delivery. We need to deliver the product the different ways. So once the delivery is done, so this again the delivery has different ways. We can deliver the product to the sold to party. We can also deliver this product to a bill to party. Okay, and this is how we can get this order. So we can sold to party or bill to party. So the delivery will take place on different ways. And once the delivery is done, next step we need to go with the billing part, where we get an invoice. So here we get a billing. The next step is we go to billing, where we get a invoice on a customer. Invoice for customer. Okay, where we receive the payment. So the billing part will be on, it will be on the to a customer. We can do the billing to the sold to party. We can do it where we sold the party or bill to party. Okay, here we can also perform this activities, the option called ship to party. Okay, and here this billing will take. Once the billing is done, the next part we may focus on the last ultimate part is the payment part. So next part is will comes in the payment. So this payment will involves in which I can perform with the help of finance account receivable part. So this guy will be involved on this payment issue, because of payment will comes in the account receivable part, where I can get the billing part here. So once the sales pre-sales is done, I got a sales, then I'll check the stock for the inventory stores, then I'll start doing the delivery. It may be to a sold to party, it may be a bill to party, it may be a ship to party. The next step is I go for the billing part, where I can get all the billing activity will take place, in which I can get certain invoices on the name of sold to party, on the name of bill to party, and name of ship to party. Then the ultimate will get the payment checks. So payment will be through account receivable guys will take care of this payment. It may be to a cash on due. It may be a cash on due, or you can get checks option. The different option you can get this payment. So this complete picture will take care by this account finance, account receivable part, and this a billing part will take care by this sales category. So here this guy will in the SAP SD is integrated with the SAP finance, as well as here it is integrated with the help of the SAP MM, which is called SAP Material Management. So where you check the metal kind of things will take care by this system here. So this is all my picture of complete sales order process, how it's gonna sales whole team. So here suppose when I create my goods and I just produce my goods, when the goods is ready, I'll start with the pre-sales activities. I can call them, I can do the SMS, I can do a number of advertisement to reach this my product to a customer. Then the sales order will take place here. When the sales orders take place, then I go with the inventory and I'll do a delivery, then I'll make a billing process, then I'll go to payment here. So in this sales complete process, what I do here is how this sales order will take place here. The sales order will have a lot of requirement in which I can do certain activities like, so this sales order, before taking a sales order, what the sales order will do? So the sales order will have certain inquiry, which we comes into a quotation, because the inquiry will comes in a quotation. Then if it is happy, then we'll assign to a certain delivery part, because sales order will just the order is placed, we call as order placed. So these are steps will involve in the sales order. Then you talk about inventory, how it was shipping here. The inventory, it means that we have a lot of warehousing. Suppose I have this my one plant number 1. We also have a normal plant which calls plant number 2, which calls store location. We just call a store location. From here I can ship to different address. We can do some here. We call as ship to location, or because destination, where we can do delivery. So this is how we can do a ship to party. So the plant will be have a different location, so we can do a delivery of system. Again the delivery will comes in here. We may contains the multiple delivery options to different customers. I can deliver the product to a sold to party, to whom I sold, then bill to party, from where I am getting the amount, and ship to party, which is written into the system. This is how we can do a delivery part here. Then it will involve to the billing part, where I get the billing activities will take place on system here. Then I'll focusing on the payment system, in which I do the certain payment activities on the system, where I can get all this requirement. So this is how I can check all this payment activities on system, where I can get this system requirement. Okay. So here, so let's discuss about the pre-sale activities, then we'll move on one by one. So when you talk about the pre-sales activities here, the pre-sales activities will be take place before the sales order it's actually purchased. So the pre-sales activities, one of them where we can do the certain pre-sales of our product to a customer, which reach. So here we will try to reach our product to customer. Okay. So when you reach this product to customer, we have a different sales options. We have certain sales organization, which may create some distribution channels, which has certain divisions, and this division will go with the wholesale values, wholesale retail sale industries, and the ultimate will go to a customer. So this is how the billing process will flows on the different cases. So we may save this product into different cases, so we can get the sales organizations. We'll have different distribution channels. We'll have certain division channels, and will reach to a wholesale market or retail sale market. Then it will reach to a customer. So meanwhile here we have a lot of requirement where you can get all this will be turned off. So this sales organization will be created on a system. So whenever you create a sales organization, it should have certain requirement. It means that suppose I have a client here. Client may have money. We have maybe different company codes. So these are some company codes. Again, the company will have a different sales organization. Sales organization. Sales organization. For each and every sales organization, we may face some distribution channels. Some distribution channels. Again, this distribution channel will have some division part, as I can directly reach to the customer. Again, this division will do two ways. One is wholesale market or retail sale market. This is how the flow will happen. So suppose I am a company. So client has multiple companies. He has Tata Motors and Tata Salt. So for motors, we can sell to the sales organization part, where I can get the data. From sales organization, I'll send the product to the sales, we call it distribution channels, which is send the request to the different division parts. It may be from here we can directly go to the customer, else we can get the data to the material to the division part. From division we may get into wholesale market or retail sale market. So in order to go this structures, we call it complete flow. It calls document flow of a system sales process. So in order to produce these sales organization parts, in which we can get certain activities to be done place. So this is how we can say our activities should be take place here. So this is how I can get some sales organization system in this manner. So let's discuss this complete flow once again. So once my product is ready, so the client will have multiple channels here. So we may face the multiple company codes. This company code will have multiple organization channel. We call it certain sales organization. Sales organization. Again, the sales organization will have the division channels, we call it distribution channels, and it's also have certain division, we call it some distribution channels. Again, this distribution channels will interact with the division part. It may be directly reach to the customer if you are, and the division will connected with the wholesale market or else retail sale market. Then both will reach to a customer. So is what the ultimate goal of this sales. So sales has plays a major role. If you want to from this is called some down up to down method. So bottom up method will be take place here. So this is how we can just go from top to down method of to get the flow structure process. So let's discuss some other option here. So how the sales order will go place if you want to do perform any activities on the sales things. Like suppose, so I am the customer, want to purchase some goods or some bikes, so he will go to showroom. From here, when the customer reaches to showroom, they will start doing the inquiry. Then next step is the showroom guys will provide you a quotation as per your requirement. If you happy with the quotation, you place the order. Once the order is placed, it means that as per if the quantity is available, then they'll try to do delivery. If it's not, then they'll make it as pre-book. When the delivery is done, we may get in the billing process, which is called invoice. Then the payment term will be comes to picture. So here, when you talk up to here, this comes in the sales. So they are just performing some certain sales activities. Okay, so it's called my sales activities. And here, this comes in the finance, which is called as account receivable. Okay, so this is my finance receivable and sales activities. So this check the product of here. When you place the order, so you check for the MM, which is called material, for MM. So SD is integrating with the help of MM as well as finance. This is how it will take care of this part. So this is how the activities will take place on each and every cases on this complete data flow structure. So this data flow will show you how we can do the sales of my requirement for a certain level in order to get that produced, in order to sell my product with customer cases. So here, whenever you talk about customer here, it's a normal scenario of sales. If the customer will reach to our company, if I want to reach my customer, in that case we have some reverse process. That's we call as pre-sales activities. So under pre-sales activities, we may reach to customer to produce my goods. So here we have the pre-sales activities here. So the company will approach the customer here to using some SMS or call or some advertisement, and we reach to customer and will give some offer on this part. This is one way. So then the customer will ready to go with the quotation, then place order, then the flow is happening. This is called as pre-sales activity to take. So we have two ways of sales order. One will be a normal customer will reach to the showroom so that we can get the requirement, and we start doing our sales here. Then the billing part will come once the delivery of product is done. But in case of here, we are performing some pre-sales activities in which I can sell my product. So company will directly approach to customer and try to explain what the product is going on. This is what the basic requirement of billing sales activities will take place here. So in order to produce this goods or the stuff, the customer requirement, so we need to follow certain steps here. The major first step is we need to create some sales organization. So here for the sales order type here, so first step is we need to create all material master data. Second step, we need to create customer master data. So this too helps in the where we are when you create a sales order, then this too will get those data. Okay, helps in creating sales order. So once you've done your these two steps, then we need to create a certain client. Then we need to create some company codes. Then we need to start doing of your sales organization. Next steps, we need to create the distribution channels. We can also create the division. We can also create the sales area, in which I can create certain sales officer. I can create some sales group, okay, and some sales type. Once you're done, the next step is we need to go with so division sales area. This is it. So the steps we need to perform here, and if you want to create any inquiry with the sales process, we need to create the inquiry. So it's a separate process. We can create the quotation as per requirement, and we can post the order. So just 10 steps are involved while doing this sales order creation process, in which we can do the sales order creation part. So here, when you create this sales order master or material list here, these two are help you when you do a creation of sales order here. And we have some strategy called create a client. So create a client will help you out to have multiple clients, where you can create some multiple clients on a business scenarios. The company codes. So we have in hierarchical structure. In a real time environment, for each and every client we have a multiple company codes. So in order to handle those company codes, we have to maintain this sales company code for each and every client. It may be individual, it may be same. And we also have some sales organization. The sales organization will help you out. It's kind of a group where I can distribute my product to multiple sales. So this sales organization will try to sell the product to a customer into different moments. So and we have some distribution channels. So the distribution channels is one place where you can distribute the product to multiple cities, areas, all those areas. And we do have an option called division. So division is one place where I can send the product to a wholesale market, retail sale market. For that case, we have to use the division parts. Then we have a sales area, which includes of sales officers, which include of sales group and sales types of the customer who can try to do the sales while approaching the customer. Then we need to create some inquiry, which is a T code we have as VD01. So VA01 and VA0, we have VD03 here for creating quotations. And if you want to create a sales order, we go with the VD01, as we can just go with the navigation toolbar also. So there are different ways you need to go with the system here. Okay, so this help you out to perform any activities on the sales things where I can get my sales order to be created. So next we'll see how to create a sales into multiple things. Here, suppose I can create the multiple invoices. So when you create an invoice, how to create an invoices like it? I do a sales here. This is my customers. I have placed a multiple delivery. I can create the invoice. I can create one invoice. It's one delivery. Okay, here I am creating a sales order. For one sales order, so the sales order is one, but there should be 3 different deliveries. For 3 different deliveries, I can create one sales order, one invoice, because all the 3 items will club here. So here we get item number 1, item 1, item 2, item 3, and we will get a total here. So some names. Or else here if the customer needs multiple sales invoices, in that case we will get the multiple invoices to handle the system. So for this here I will create 3 different invoices, one for here, second one and third one. So this is also possible. So 1:1 invoices. Okay, is one way. As if the customer is not happy, then in that case, if the customer needs some invoices of the same, so these 2 delivery will be clubbed into one delivery. That can happen, and we can also create this kind of scenarios. Now, if we have multiple deliveries, we can also add the one delivery to multiple sales order. So if you have a multiple sales order like this one, sales order 1, sales order 2, sales order 3. Okay, so for all the 3, we can either do the delivery of one delivery, we can do it, or at one place. Okay, because here sold to party is same, is one way, is one option. If you want to do the multiple sales order, in that case we can do multiple deliveries. Like I can deliver this one product, one delivery. I can do this delivery here. I can do this delivery here. Either I can create all at one sales invoices. Okay, is one way. Either I can create a multiple invoices. This is how I can create a multiple invoices. Okay, so I can create a delivery 1, delivery 2, and delivery 3. This is how we can create a multiple deliveries on each and every product where I can assign. So we can send this one. So here I am doing the sold to party here. Here I am delivering this product to bill to party. Here I can do ship to party. So this is how I can do the delivery of each and every product of each and every customer when you can see this environment. So this is how we can get all those required at one place here. So now if you want to do the sales order in a different manner, if you want to create the multiple sales order where I can create a multiple invoices. So I can create a multiple sales order, multiple delivery and multiple invoices as one sales order, multiple delivery with the different invoices, or I can create the one sales order, multiple delivery, one invoice order, multiple sales order, one delivery with a multiple invoice orders. So if you here this all can do, it's also possible here. Once you deliver here, we can also create a multiple invoices here also for one customer, because we have a 3 different sales order. For 3 different sales order, we may create just 3 different invoices, but the delivery will be at same place. So this is how we can use the hierarchical format. It will be a 1:1 ratio, a 1:n ratio, or n:n ratio. This are n:1 ratio. This is how the places will take place here. So I can create a multiple invoices, multiple deliveries, multiple sold to party for each and every cases when I do the delivery of your product. So this is how we can do the delivery of each and every product when I start doing this sales order creations. Now let's discuss about how the delivery will take place. Suppose in real time environment, what happened here, the client may have the sales plant. We have a plant number 1, he may have one more plant here. and he has some how you can transport. So you can do a transportation. You can do using a shipping, some airways, some roadways, some other things here. So this shipping transport will be take place to the destination part. So it means that either we can transport this plant to directly to one, as we make it some the location we call a store location. So I can send this product to multiple to a one store location. From one store location I have to send to the multiple, that's called distribution channels. So this is one distribution channel. So DC, one more distribution channels and more distribution channels. Okay, and from here I'll get to my division part. I can directly get to the customer. I can send to my wholesale market, as retail sale market. This is how the store actually take place. So we can do a shipping the different ways. We can ship to this one. So we can start shipping of the system to multiple locations. Okay, so we can transfer. So the plant, once the product is ready in the plant, it will go to ship store location. We simply call as warehouse. From here we can send that to the different ways to the store location, and this store location we can send to this here. So it may be one location, it will be one country. So plant may have multiple store location of other country. Okay, and we can also exchange data between here. That's called material we can exchange. If these two are the same, country, this is how we can. So but each and every country has only one plant. So plant wise distribution channels will be take place on where I can increase my business. So this is how we can do all the business activities will take place on a sales organization. So whenever you do any sales organization, the basic thing is first we need to create a sales order. So creating a sales order here. So sales order, how is the sales order will look like? So here, suppose I have a schema which called as, this is my fact table, which stored all the transaction data, which may have the multiple called dimensions. Suppose I have like these fields: cust ID, some mat ID, certain quantity, its units, then price, its currency. So for customer, I will maintain all the master in a separate place, like customer name, customer age, customer phone number, customer address. And for material, we will maintain separate master address, because material, color, material group, material type, material weight, something else. Okay, so here we call as master data of material. Here this is the master data of customer. So all are correlated on the business scenarios. So whenever you create any master data, first step is we need to maintain the customer master data as well as material master data to get the data. So when you create a sales order, because when you create a sales order, it will take the IDs which will take the reference from the master data, customer master data and material master data. Based on this only we need to create a sales order. So we need to define, suppose I am purchasing some quantity of plastic. So I am purchasing some plastic of a 10 kgs. So the plastic is already present in this material master data. So for this master data, to whom master data? Because this metal produce certain sales group, it will be a certain for a client, it will be some certain company code. Because all the companies will not produce the plastic, only certain company code will produce the plastic. Again, all the clients will not have the plastic, so some client will have a plastic, and we also have a sales organization. So every sales organ has a different department who do sales of plastic, who do sales of metal, something else. So based on the sales organization, the materials maybe varies. So based on the requirement, we need to change the requirement, change the material master data and customer master data as per the we need to concentrate on the sales group. First is client, then company code, then we need to focus on sales organization, then we need to focus on sales group. So there are certain steps where you can do my sales activities. Okay, once it's done the sales activities, so as per this requirement, I need to create my dimensions which of master data, which is called customer master data. I can create some material master data as well as I can do all this requirement based on this system. So this is what the sales of SD, which is nothing but sales organization, on which I can do certain activities. So this is what nothing but we have SD, SAP SD, which we call as sales and distribution channels. So on SAP system. So SAP has a lot of modules, out of which SD plays a major role among all in SAP, because every client needs a sales guy to sell this product. So that the SD plays a major role. So SD plays a lot of, in the say almost 50% of work will be done by the SD guys. So to do all the sales activities. So this is what the things we have in this SAP SD. So please check my previous videos on which we focus on SAP SD introduction part and some other sales activities on which we can do all how to create a sales order, how to create a customer master data, material master data, and creating inquiries, creating a quotations on customers, as well as some other things. So please check my previous videos on which we focus on the SAP SD module and some other things. So this is what we have in the SAP SD. So if you need a practical section, so please check my previous videos of a different concept on which SAP SD are focused from introduction part to the different practical sections. So thanks guys, thanks for watching this video, and we'll meet on next video with a different concept. Thanks so much.